Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome to Jess Plays Exile Election. Hooray! um, just so you guys know, I'm gonna run this roughly about the same as I used to do my, I still do. I want to do this roughly about the same as we do our DanRon streams, just obviously not a stream. If you guys will give me a second, okay, sorry, I'm just getting a message about my new apartment from my buddy. But yeah, so, looks like they just need to call my friend, my Japanese friend, who's being my, emergency contact. But anyway, so, I'm gonna be doing this LP, it's a translation LP. It's gonna be going roughly about the same as, the way that I do the DanRon one. Although with the benefit of, since I'm not actually on a stream, when I have one of those brain farts and I'm like, oh man, how do I say this in English again? I can just fucking look that shit up, on my phone. So, it might go, like, slightly slower paced, I guess, maybe? But yeah, like, for the most part, should be alright. I'm gonna try and keep the pace, like, as swift as I possibly can, I guess. Just because these particular videos are only gonna be roughly about an hour long, and I'm gonna put them up once a week, and I believe Nate and I discussed, Wednesday would be the time for that. So like I said, I'm gonna try and keep this going pretty quickly. I'm gonna read the lines as I say them. We'll see how I feel about character voices as we go. Yeah, because V3 already broke my heart with a lot of my favorite character voice characters, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, Suihou Senkyo, Exile Election. Da, 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 da. Loading. Ipponichi. Ijista. I don't actually know them. Cryware I know because they're always involved in DR games. I love the, like, jazzy ragtime theme. It's kind of weird because it's like, I can't decide if it's appropriate for the subject material or not. I mean, I'm cool with it either way. I really love ragtime. It's kind of like, you know, cool piano thing they got going on there. Here's the opening video, which is a lot more tonally appropriate. I assume if you're watching this LP that you've seen this opening cinematic, I guess. Because I believe that this was in I'm pretty sure this was in one of the trailers. So I'm pretty sure that, like, at Yodobashi, and Geos and stuff, like, when the game was about to come out. Mori, Nisa, Yuri. This character knocks you. Big wheel! I don't know what it is about Japan, and, what it is about Japan and, like, Alice in Wonderland. Funya Ronpa. Is she a dog collar on her neck or with a belt? And anime. I remember when I was in college, I was like an early college student, and I was like, you know, I was more of an otaku than I am now. I really with my boobs. I was like, there was this anime I really liked about a girl, and she, like, loved dogs. It wasn't an anime, it was a manga I was reading. And, she really loved dogs, and she would wear, like, the collar that her first dog who saved her life used to wear. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna buy a dog collar and wear it. And like, my boyfriend at the time was like, no, you're not. So that was good. I guess this is Nori. Nori and Misa look really similar to me, and I don't know why. But yeah, we got our biblical imagery on here. We got our serpent, our apple, our innocent kid. But anyway, okay.
Press any button.
Alright, we're gonna start a new game. Here we go. Beyond my eyelids, I could feel a soft light. Slowly, stupidly, my consciousness came back to me, one piece at a time. At the same time, voices rang out.
さて、お集まりの皆さん、大事な話があるから、そろそろ起きてよ。
This is so reminiscent of DanRon and like, you know, the very first time that Monokuma gets introduced in the first game, and it's like, you're not prepared for it, you know, you're like a regular Japanese person, you're like, I'm gonna play this hardcore murder game, and then it's like Doraemon's voice. Anyway. Well then, everyone gathered here, I have something important to tell you, so hurry up and wake up, okay? What the heck? Who the heck is that? Boosh. For a moment, I was blinded by light, but then my vision quickly restored itself.
みんな起きたね。それじゃあ、そろそろ説明を始めようかな。
Is everybody awake? Well then, why don't we hurry up and get the explanation started, huh? It was a place I had never seen before, and a voice I had never heard before. I couldn't understand what was going on with this. I couldn't get a grasp on the situation. Where are we? Looks like we're in some sort of square or something? It's like a, I don't know why, but just like the things on top of the entry-exit thing there, with the like kaisats, it looks like, reminds me of like the Kremlin.
何？何なの？
What? What is all this? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but like there's this like repeating like thing in the background of like people talking. It's like woo wah whoa woo wah whoa. Also, what is that on the thing there? Is that a wolf? On those banners on the light? I can't tell. All right. It was too dark all around me to be sure of how many there were, but in front of me and behind me there were tens of people, perhaps even more than that. Men and women's voices, making a huge fuss all around me, asking questions.
はいはい、皆さんお静かに。
All right, everybody quiet down. There it is again. It was different than the murmur of voices I heard here and there. It was a clear voice coming from somewhere else. Obeying what the voice said, it seemed like the crowd quieted down slightly.
一応自己紹介しておこうか。
For right now, why don't I go ahead and introduce myself? In the center of the square, there was a huge monitor that was spilling light all over all of us. Yeah, I'm not... For some of... I want to make a note here. Some of these lines, like, and this happens to me in the DanRon playthrough too. It's like sometimes, like, there'll be a line in Japanese, and you would never say that, or just that, or you would phrase it differently in English. In those kinds of cases, like, I'm gonna make slight tweaks to what it says to try and make it sound more natural. Since, again, I'm not on a stream, it gives me slightly more time to think about it. Again, I'm gonna try and keep everything kind of like, you know, sa-sa-sa-sa-sa, if I can. But, yeah, like, so for example, it's saying like, oh, the monitor is just spewing out light, you know. But it sounds more natural to say it's like spilling out light or something, so small translation note that I'm gonna put in just to let everybody know, so somebody doesn't come back later and be like, it didn't say exactly that. And I'm like, yes, it's called localizing in my head. Alright, anyway. I could hear the voice coming from there. Dun dun dun. My name is Alice. See, we're using Boku. Does that mean that you're a Boko, or does that mean that you are a boy? Dodaro. Okay, well that might have answered my question. It's always really funny, like, when I go to say something, and, then, like, immediately after that, it gets, pretty much answered, you know? Love it. Alright. It was a feminine, somewhat childish voice that was... what is otogenai in English? I think I've used it in English last time. Right, okay. Cherubic. I'm like, what is that? What is that in English? I was gonna say innocent, which I guess isn't wrong, but whatever. Okay. It was a feminine, somewhat childish, cherubic voice. And then, on the monitor, appeared a figure that looked like a robot. What should I call myself, huh? I guess you could say I'm your supervisor. I mean, you get that, right? When you guys are all confused, like right now, in this situation, and you can't understand what's going on, you know, stuff like that. The robot spoke with exaggerated motions of its body and hands. It was a silly way of moving, but I didn't feel as if I wanted to laugh. Okay, what the hell is going on with you? So my phone's like freaking out right now. Well, that's because I did that. Supervisor. This situation. And that's the one that did it? I don't actually know that it's a he, I gotta... Could be a girl, could be an it, could be a they, I don't know, we'll have to see. Alright. I didn't understand the words coming from Alice's mouth at all. And where is this place? Why am I here? I should be at home sleeping. And what the heck is this robot up on the monitor? What the heck is it talking about? Don't worry yourselves about it. That artificial face, it looked as if it were smiling. It's pretty obvious and understandable that you guys wouldn't know anything. So, you know, all you have to do, or the only choice you have, is to listen to my explanation. all of you. That's the word that just keeps getting repeated over and over. And ever so slightly, it began to etch itself into my brain.
それじゃあ大事な発表をするね。
Alright, here we go. I'm about to tell you something really
僕
important.
の言うことを聞かないと死んじゃうこともあるから、そこのところよく考えてね。
If you don't listen to what I say, you very well could die. So you should probably think pretty well on that point. While I was letting that thought roll around in my head, Alice
ポケッ
continued.
トに入ってるピルケースから薬を一つ取り出して今すぐ飲むように。
Take one, okay. Take one medicine pill out of the pill case in your pocket and swallow it right
水
away.
がないと飲めない人とかいないよね。
I mean, there's not anybody here who can't swallow a pill without water, right? Oh god, that'd be like true despair. So like, I can do that under duress, like if I absolutely have to, but I really prefer not to because, I don't know, I'm not like my friend Patrick and I can't just open my throat. When I stuck my hand into my pocket, my fingertips felt a plastic case. When I took it out to check it, I realized I had never seen it before. Why was something like this in my pocket? And if someone had put it there, when had they done it?
これを飲めって。
Oh my god. Kaname... So I wasn't paying attention to the Seiyu at the beginning, but, and I know very little about this game. I just want you guys to know. I think I read a very early Famitsu article on it back when I was like killing myself every week trying to give you guys DanRon news. And I remember thinking like, oh, that looks like a kind of cool idea. Like, haha, it's like, you know, Funya Ronpa. And then I was like, what should I do for my solo project? And everyone's like, do Exile Election! So, but anyway, my point is, Kaname, I hope he doesn't sound like this the entire time, because this is such like a douchebag, like, male protagonist way of speaking. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, you want me to take this? Inside the pill case, there were multiple capsules. The voice had said that they were some kind of medicine.
蓋を開けて一つ取り出して飲み込むだけ。はい、できたかな？
Open up the lid, take one out, and then swallow it. That's all you gotta do. Hey, were you able to do it?
あれ何なんだお前一体何言ったんだよ
What is all this? You bastard! What the hell are you saying? Somebody yelled. There were words that no one should have been thinking.
どうしてこんなことするの？あなた誰なの？
Why do we have to do something like this? Who are you? Following along from that voice, all of the voices around me grew
今
louder.
後うるさいよ。大きな声を出したり動いたりしないで僕の話をちゃんと聞くこと。
Hey, you over there, you're pretty noisy. Don't go making a giant fuss or moving around a lot. All you gotta do is just listen to what I have to
と
say.
りあえず早くその薬を飲まないと君たち全員死ぬことになるよ。
For right now, if you don't take that medicine right away, then every one of you is going to die. It seemed like there was a red color mixed in with that voice. Oh, and then Monami appeared. A scream rang out in the square. And immediately after, several more people began to scream. At the same time, the scent of blood wafted into my nose.
どこだ？何が起こってるんだ？
Where is it? What's going on? I looked for the source of the smell, the smell and the noise, but it was no use. Oh man, people are freaking out. These, I just want to say that, like, I just want to say that, like, the sound direction in this game is kind of wonderful. I wouldn't say that it's completely, like, 100% like, wow, it's awesome. It's not like when I was playing Yomawari and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. Everything sounds exactly like this. It's just, it's funny, like, how it's being used right now. Okay. It wasn't just one person screaming out, but before me and in front of me and behind me, to my right or to my left and to my right, from everywhere, I could hear it. The scent of blood, too. It grew stronger all around me.
早くしないと手遅れになるよ。ほら、化け物のすぐそこに。
If you don't take it soon, it'll be too late. Hey! I mean, the monsters will be here soon. The screams that punctuated what Alice said seemed to delight them.
嘘。いや、化け物。
A lie? No. Monsters?
くそ、何の薬だよ。
Oh shit, what the hell kind of medicine is this? Looking around me, it seemed as though several people were taking out their capsule cases, or taking a capsule out of the case.
飲めばいいの？本当に？
Can we take this? Really? I love these screams. The screams grew closer. A man just next to me began to run as if he had lost his mind.
あんまり派手に動かない方がいいよ。
It's probably better if you don't move and stick out like that. Oh, that just happened. Along with the loud sound of wing beats I had never heard before in my life, enormous black creature, an enormous black ball, assaulted the man who was trying to run away. Oh, I like their tails. Their tails are cool. They look kind of like a Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. Like a ghost electric type. Ah! Oh man, Kaname, that's the first time you've, like, emoted. I panicked and slammed my hands over my mouth. Okay. The man who had been knocked to the ground, his face was a mask of terror, but after that, in a moment, I could no longer see it. His head was swallowed and torn from his body in an instant, blood gushing from his neck, glinting and reflecting the soft light of the night. He reached an arm up as if to try and grab something, but then in a moment it just completely froze and fell to the ground, motionless. I need to run away. Holy shit, right now I need to get out of here. That's what I thought, but the moment I heard those wing beats, for some reason, I couldn't move my body. I couldn't run away from these monsters. There was just no way. That's how I felt. I was overwhelmed with a sense of powerlessness and despair, and it stole all of the strength from my body. A whimper escaped my throat through my fingers. The creature that had been covering the man began to move its body. A single arm was flopping out of its mouth. The man who had standing over the man who had already been reduced to a ball of meat, it turned its head and looked in my direction. In the darkness, I saw round, shining objects. They must have been probably the eyes of the creature. They were looking at me. They were close up. I suddenly realized. My heart felt as if it were going to tear itself into pieces from beating too hard. I couldn't stop my panting from escaping between my fingers. The creature began to move toward me slowly. Well, you should hurry up and take that capsule. If you do that, then I'll save you. That voice, it sounded as if it were having fun. But the words that it had said about saving us were not a lie. I don't know that, dude. Like, is this like you looking back on it, or? I had no choice but to follow along with what that voice said.
早くしろ。
Quickly, I gotta do this quickly. With shaking hands, I took a capsule from the case and threw it into my mouth. It began to crunch as I chewed it with my back teeth, and then I swallowed it. It left behind a residue in my throat, and I had to fight down a feeling of nausea. Okay. At the same time, my heart sank into a feeling of how do I want to phrase that? It's one of those words where, so sometimes there are like phrases or words or something that like I use all the time in Japanese, but I don't really use them much in English. So then I'm like trying to think about like, how would I phrase this? Because it would be like a different, like you'd say something different. So, how do I want to phrase that? You know what? I'll just consult. One second, guys. Sorry. God, my phone is so slow. Bewilderment. Nah. Alright. This is one of those times where I probably could have just gone with my first instinct and been like, confusion, but I'm trying to be as close as possible. Alright. At the same time, my heart sank into confusion and slight regret. Oh. Akamatsu came and saved all of us. Suddenly, I heard coming from speakers somewhere, a classical tune. It was a sound completely it was a sound completely at odds with the scene before me. It had a beautiful tenor, and it completely washed over my heart. At the same time as the song began to play, the creature stopped moving and then flew off somewhere.
さて、残ったのは全部で12かな。
Well then, everyone who's left over, all told, should be about 12. Am I right? Oh god, are we gonna do like a Junichi thing? Like a Chinese zodiac thing? Or we could do a Western zodiac thing too. 12. Oh, things are about to get very homestuck, guys. I love Alice's little legs. The monitor switched off, and at the same time, the robot appeared in real life. Where was it this whole time? I wonder if it had been hiding somewhere close by. Huh. And it had gotten rid of those creatures?
説明は後でちゃんとしてあげるから、とりあえず次の会場へ向かうよ。
Okay, well, I'm going to explain everything afterward, so for right now, let's head over to the next place. The song was still playing. For the first time, I gazed at the scene of the tragedy that had occurred around me. With the gentle music as a background, with the gentle music as a background, dead bodies, torn to shreds by the creatures, were lying here and there. Oh.
何なの？これ。わからないよ。
I'm the bookish character because I have braids and a book and glasses. Oh my god, it's Moi Fukawa. Alright. Moi Fukawa, sporty boy who, as of right now, his design is like one of my favorites, and I don't really know about what's going on with that one. But we shall see, I guess. Okay. What is all of this? I don't get it at all! It was a sniffling girl. A sniffling girl whose shoulders were sagging. There were two boys holding her up. Oh, okay, he's a boy, alright. Well, that answered my question. Good talk. Stunning conversationalists, these two. I probably will like the girl. She'll probably end up being my fave. She's got a very kind of like, I don't know, she got that vibe. There were a man and a woman, gazing expressionlessly at the scene. Everyone else, myself included, was just standing there dumbfounded.
みんな、遅れずについてきてね。
Hey everybody! Follow me without delay, okay? This is crazy. This is, no matter how you look at it, crazy!
今ここで安全なのは僕の後ろだけだよ。
The only safe place right now is right behind me.
ついてこなかったらどうなるか説明の必要はないよね。
I mean, I don't need to explain to you what will happen if you don't come with me, right? There you go! There she go, or there it go, or there they go, I don't know. With saying that, the robot named Alice began to move. Oh, okay, that's actually how Alice moves. Hey, good on ya, game! Here I am making fun of you for being lazy about animation, and you went ahead and lampshaded it. Okay. I simply stared I simply stared at its figure as it went, sliding across the ground. Where was this place? And where were we going? Unable to answer the questions that were bubbling up within me. I was unable to answer the questions that were bubbling up within me, and yet I still couldn't just ignore them. The only safe place was right behind Alice. That was the only thing I could be sure of at this moment. The several people around me, I knew the several people around me had begun to move because I heard their footsteps. Without any other recourse, I also followed along. There was only one path to choose. And that was the path that led behind Alice's small, childlike frame. Gagging on the scent of blood and trying to step around the scattered pieces of human remains, I didn't look down at my feet and began to walk. But no matter how many things I avoided stepping on, there was no way to get around stepping in the puddles of blood. Ooh. Sorry, guys. I was walking through the square without looking down at my feet. However, once we got out of that place, all I did was look down as I walked. How long were we walking? Maybe about 10 minutes? Yeah, I felt that was about how long it was. It could have been that we were walking for so long that I just couldn't remember it, or it felt like it went by in an instant.
ようこそ皆さん。今日からここが君たちのお城になるんだよ。
Welcome everyone! From today, this is going to be your castle. Suddenly, Alice said that, and without thinking, I looked up. That was pretty nice digs. Okay. Behind Alice, who was turning around to look back over her shoulder, yeah, apparently she is a girl, it says she in this sentence, there really was a castle there, just as she had said. It looked as if it hadn't been built very long ago. The white walls were completely spotless.
あ、中は意外と近代的だから安心してね。
The inside has all the modern conveniences, so you can relax. Okay. Upon saying that, すごく現実的にも聞こえる。Oh, okay. Upon saying that, I heard it as if this were a horrible reality. Maybe it was just because I was completely paralyzed, but in my confused brain, I completely threw away the concept of thinking. I would just stand there, not thinking about anything, close my eyes, and then go to sleep and leave this place. When I woke up and opened my eyes again, I wouldn't be here, but rather in my own room.
それじゃあ中に入ろうか。
Alright then, why don't we head in? Alice's voice brought me back to reality. All I could do was obey those words. Oh. So I keep jokingly calling this game Funya Ronpa. Because the art style kind of reminds me vaguely of Zero Escape a little bit. And the whole, mascot character that's sickeningly cute but also evil. Kind of reminds me of Monokuma. But yeah, like, I don't know. This particular like entryway is reminding me a little bit of the whole like Titanic theme from 999. We passed through the front gate of the castle. We stepped inside a automatic door, and then just as Alice had said, we entered into a modern lobby. Hang on one sec, guys. Oh my god. Throat is like killing me. Hang on a sec, I just want to verify something real quick before I go with this. Alright. That's what I thought it was. Alright. Stepping into a room that was lighted made me feel just ever so slightly more relieved. I went to go take a step forward, but then I saw my shoe overflowing with blood. And okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I went to go take a step forward, but then I noticed that my shoe was still overflowing, having been dirtied with blood, and I almost tripped. I grabbed a large mat in order to wipe my shoe, and I began to scrub it down over and over. I didn't actually think that would get rid of all of the blood, but because of how unsettled I felt from seeing my foot, I just couldn't stop.
Kaname だよね?
ねえ、知ってる? Okay. Hey, you're Kaname, aren't you? Huh? It was a nostalgic voice. That voice, it had a bright pastel color, and it brought back many memories. My feet stopped, I lifted my head, and I called out a name. Ichika? Alright, so Ichika's name is written with strawberry and romantic love. So I'm gonna laugh if like she doesn't like strawberries or something. Like, that'd be pretty funny. It was a name that I should have called many times throughout my life, and yet I could just barely get it through my lips. Oh my god, she has fucking strawberry hair pieces. Jesus Christ. Oh, and it's you. It's Dog Collar. Dog Collar and Chain. Wow. I'm way too anime to live. I'm sorry. I knew this face. But this was not a place that I would have remembered seeing her. We had spent so much time together. She was my childhood best friend, Hoji Ichika. Oh, one sec, guys. I gotta plug in my laptop's dying here. I gotta plug that in. Sorry, team. I should probably tell you guys that, like, me setting up the recording for this particular series turned into quite the adventure, and I spent hours and hours and hours yesterday trying to get it to work. And then finally Nate and I fixed it. Because we realized that my my laptop has two what are they called? Graphics cards for some reason. It has a shitty integrated graphics card, and then it also has, like, you know, the actual graphic card that I wanted in it, which is like a NVIDIA one. And guess which one is the default? So anyway, alright, we had spent so much time together. She was my childhood friend, Hoji Ichika. It was her face. Canny! It's good old Canny. If you're actually like the, you know, Shubosha Kuromaku of this this series, I think you guys will owe Ushikoshi some money. Alright. I hadn't realized because outside it was so dark, but now that I was so close up, it was obvious.
よかった。誰もこんなわからなくて。
Oh my god, this is too moe for words. Alright. I'm so relieved. Nobody... And this... I just didn't understand. Or I didn't know anybody in this situation.
落ち着いて。イチカ。
God, Kaname, you talk like such a douche. Alright. Calm down, Ichika. Upon saying those words, I could see how Ichika was trembling. Seeing Ichika this upset. I couldn't remember a time when that was the case. This is an example of a time when Japanese syntax works against you.
絶対に大丈夫だから。
It's okay, because it's definitely okay. In order to calm her down, I took Ichika's hand in my own, and oh my god. I took Ichika's hand in my own, and stopped talking. Kaname! I don't know. Maybe I'll run a poll on the comments of this, and I can say which characters would you like a voice for. Kaname squeezed my hand back, and said my name. It's okay. Upon saying that once more, Ichika's face also changed to an expression that was slightly relieved.
ごめん。もう平気。
Sorry, I'm okay now.
大丈夫だから。
Yeah, because it's okay. Even though I was saying things that had absolutely no basis, the more that I kept saying them, I also began to feel that they were true. Finally calmed down, Ichika let go of my hand and assumed a serious expression.
どうして私たちこんな場所にいるの？部屋で寝てただけなのに。
This is her serious face. Why are we all in a place like this? Even though we should all be home sleeping. I feel like maybe this is just because I play, like, games in this genre a lot, but it's just like one of those, like, stock phrases that always come up inevitably at the beginning of any one of these kinds of games. We're here, we don't remember how we got here, but we're here, why are we here, what are we doing, we should be, blah blah blah.
俺にもわからない。
I don't know either. Waking up in that square? And also Ichika too. We should have been home, sleeping in our own beds.
ねえ、全部本当なの？何かの間違いとか。
Hey, is everything true? I mean, maybe something was wrong? それは違うかもしれない? Her like nay is reminding me of somebody does that in V3 and I for some reason can't remember who it is right now. I think it might be Harumaki? Nah. It's just a very similar name,
ご
that's
めん
all.
それもわからない
Sorry. I don't know either.
嘘はないの？
There's... alright, I'm thinking about how I want to translate this. That's not a lie? Or no one's lying? Okay. That's not a lie? Ichika's question was more than just trying to verify. If Alice had been telling a lie, I would have been able to see it. Even in my own voice. Even in my own voice, I was able to see the red color, or the gloomy red color, mixed in with my words. And that, Ichika also. No. It was a secret that only Ichika knew. I can see lies. What? I'm sorry, it's just, that's kind of ridiculous. Oh man, that sure is a power. Whoa. Holy shit, dude, where the fuck are you in V3? I can see lies. Alright then. I can see lies. They pop out as a brilliant color. Oh, alright. Okay, so this is about, Kaname's, special ability. Okay. About Kaname's special ability. Kaname... Okay. Kaname is able to see when himself or someone else is lying because there are red words that show up in their speech. This then makes me wonder, like, how meta is this game gonna get? Because right now it's like really hyper playing the Moe card straight, but I'm really curious. Like, this could take a DanRon turn and be really kind of self-aware and like, oh hey, like, you know, lol, he can actually see the text boxes. Like, I'm on board. I'm on board with this. I kind of want to see where it goes. Okay. Okay. He can only see a lie which is being told intentionally. So if someone is lying, in other words, if someone is lying as a, like unintentionally, like they say something and it's not true but they think that it's true, then it won't show up as a lie. Which I feel like is going to be a mechanic that's going to come in later. Okay. For example, if there is someone who actually sees the sky looking red, then if they said that the sky were red, it would not show up as a lie. Okay. Lies are red. A slightly dark, gloomy, dirty kind of red. I don't know, I think they're kind of like normal red. Okay. Because Alice had told so many lies, and I had been able to see it, at the time when I was in trouble, it could make you confused, and bewildered. Within this situation where there are lies going on, one truth can float up above all the others. Among Alice's words, there were also several truths mixed in as well. Because of that, I can't trust them. Her. Alice has things that she's hiding. Things that she wants to hide. Alright. The things that she lies about are the things that she wants us to hear.
まだわからない。
I still don't know. Not yet. Okay. Alice was still in the lobby, heading slowly toward the elevator in the back of the room.
ただちゃんと見えてるよ。
I'm just keeping watch over things.
そう、見えたんだ。
That's right. So you did see them. Do you have a fang? Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to make a bingo card for this fucking game. Because holy shit. This one character is a childhood friend / love interest. Likes a cute, like, fruit food. Has a dumb pun name. Wears a dog collar. Carries a chain for no fucking reason. Has a fang. Her eyes are an unnatural color. Oh man, you were just chicken. You're just checking all the boxes, Ichika. Because I wasn't able to tell whether or not Alice would have been able to hear what she had said. I
でも
cut off her words.
そのことについては後で話そう。
But we'll talk about that later. Okay. Ichika seemed to be satisfied
あ
by
いつの
that.
言う通りにしていれば安全なのは確かだから。今はついていこう。
If we follow along with what with what that robot says, then we'll probably be safe. For right now, let's follow her.
わかった。
Got it. Alright guys, it's been about an hour, which is roughly about how long I'm gonna make my videos for this series. I apologize that they can't be longer. The issue is that Nate and I only have one capture card and we don't live that close to each other really. So, basically I need to borrow the capture card to come back and like record this series. And then I need to take it back and give it to him so we can do, you know, V3 and, he can do like, well, Zelda ends this week, but whatever he's gonna do for his solo thing after Zelda. Now we might be able to like get another capture card or something in the near future, whatever, we'll have to see, but for right now, these are just gonna stay very, very small, digestible sort of chunks. They'll go up once a week. I'm planning to post them on Wednesday, so you can look for one of these every Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any, like, you know, things are dying for me to do, any character routes that you want me to follow, I'm totes down for that. Just to let you guys know, since I believe, like I said, I don't know a ton about this game, I just know that it's, you know, very similar to other game series that I have enjoyed in the past. Not crazy about the art style and the general overall moe-ness, but I'm kind of interested to see where it goes and what it does. So I'm going to keep going with this. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, if there's somebody that you would like me to make a voice for, or if you want me to do voices for the characters, or if you don't want me to do voices for the characters, like, it's up to you guys. I'm down for whatever. But just let me know in the comments, I guess. And since I think that there are multiple endings that you can go through, I think that this game allows you to choose. Like, I think there's an actual element of choice about who you sacrifice and who you keep safe throughout this game. And as a result, I will leave it up to you guys about what you guys want to do, who you want to see. I might do my first playthrough like just going after the characters that I want to see. And then, you know, maybe I'll like do a poll or something after that, and you guys can choose who I'll do next. Since it's a solo thing and not Nate and I together, basically what we can do is I can play the game multiple times and do a bunch of different routes and things like that if people would like to see them. And what I'll do is I'll just, cut out the parts that we've already seen. Unlike with our 999 stream, where we had to keep going back over and skipping through the parts that we had done before and redoing like the escape the room sections, this one is just a YouTube series and not a stream, and therefore, you don't have to sit through all that stuff. I can just edit it out, But anyway, thanks for joining me for the first episode of Jess Plays Suihou Senkyo, or Exile Election, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Alright, see you guys! Bye!